What's up guys, Little J here. Today we are back in Homeseek, but today instead of doing a Let's Play video, we are doing a review of the demo, talking about what's good about it, what can be improved, what I like, don't like, and so on. And let's get right into it. So first of all, this intro, I personally really love this intro. I think it's great, it's pretty polished. It gives you an idea of the backstory while still leaving a lot open for interpretation, which I personally love. And if you guys want to see this intro in its entirety, I'll have a link in the description to my Let's Play video, and right at the beginning, if we watch this, I don't talk through any of it. So you can go enjoy me not talking for a little bit in that video. But let's get right into the gameplay now. Alright guys, so here we are off. One of the things I love right away at the very bottom, you have a little timer where you can pause time, 1x, 2x, 3 times the time. That pause button is actually really nice for if you have a pop-up, your expedition team needs something, you can pause it, go deal with them, and come back. Another thing I love is the graphics on this game. Keep in mind this is a demo. The graphics on this game are very nice. I love them. They're very polished already. Now one of the things I wish they explained a little more here on the side are how houses, buildings, and stuff, and how to link them together. This took me quite a while in my original playthrough, figuring out how I'm supposed to link them together. You go down to links here, you have the plus marks at the top here. You got to select plus and then select the building to link them together. Then different types of how you want to link them based off of how many, is that scrap? That stuff, whatever it is, how much of that you want to use to link them together. I wish it just explained that a little more, but it is a demo, so there's no real tutorials yet. That's more understandable. Right, now I do love though how it shows you who's working at what, how many people you have working at each thing, but I don't like that. As you can see here, everyone's going to rest at 1800. The workday is about 8 to 1800, about a 10-hour workday. If this was, you know, like a normal city sim, yeah, I understand 10-hour workdays, that's good. But this is a post-apocalyptic survival game, and a 10-hour workday when survival depends on what you do is just not enough. Realistically, it should be longer just because your survival depends on it. I mean, maybe 12 hours, 11 hours maybe, but 10 hours is just a little bit too short. Should be a little bit longer. Alright, another thing I love about this game is, as you can see here on the side, a group of strange wastelanders arrive on our doorstep. Should we accept them or decline them? Some people want to decline them, some want to accept. But each option we choose has implications. Minus food and water, minus happiness because they're guilty. And then if we accept them, you know, we plus people, minus some happiness from those that don't want them. But each option has implications that actually do play a role. I love that each one is customized in that way. Your decisions have actual effects. All right, a citizen has died. Actually, this gives me an opportunity to check out something else. Here we see Shanna Rios is dead, but it doesn't tell me why. I wish it would have a little tab that would tell me why they were dead. I can look at the stats on the right and sort of figure it out. All right, they were exhausted, well fed, thirsty, dehydrated, and very sick. So they probably died from contaminated water. But I wish it would tell me that so I didn't have to do that searching. They could have also died because they're dehydrated or exhausted. You know, I wish it just told me dead from, say, exhaustion, dead from being very sick. Then I would know what to do to fix it. Also, here on the top of the screen, you have the 3 little bars. Yeah, right up here. Two little bars, sorry, one comes and goes. It tells me that one of my citizens is very sick as I get interrupted by this pop-up. Give me a second, but it said that one of my citizens is very sick. Another pop-up is very sick. Here we go. In that, what I need to do to fix it, 4 citizens are exhausted, I need to build more houses. So let's go ahead and build a house, I guess, but I love that it tells me that. Now this research center is decently laid out, but it's a little hard to understand. I wish they'd put a little work on it to make it a little easier to understand. It's good, but it could use some improvement. Don't get me wrong, it's not hard to understand, but it's not the easiest either. Especially when, this is just a small portion off to the side. This, should be a little bit easier to understand. And then also here, I cannot tell how complete it is just by looking. I mean, you sort of can. I think that's 0.000%, but I wish it just had a number there instead of those weird graphics. I understand what they're trying to do with it, but just give us some numbers so we can look at it a bit easier. Expedition teams. I love how this is laid out. It's very simple to use. As you can see, how fast they're going at the top here. 0.38% for 1 all the way up to 6. Depends on how fast they'll make that journey. See, 3 people is normal time, 4 is 1.2, and then you gotta decide how much water and food to give them to supply them for their journey, and how much they can carry overall. 16,000. Let's give them 5 grand of each. That loads them up to 10 grand. But this is very laid out very nice. I love that. Awesome. So back into the expeditions. I love how the expeditions have these little things with stuff just for your expedition team. They encountered a dog. What should they do? Should they free it? Should they stay away? Each one has implications. We minus food and water for one. We don't know what the implications are necessarily other than the immediate ones of what could happen with these. So I love how it does that. So in this case, let's see. Oh yeah, also I love how it lays out up here for us how much food and water they have. Alright, well this isn't really a review tip, this is more of a gameplay tip. Keep that area open because those wetlands are your savior. Most of your citizens will die from sickness from contaminated water, so you need that to decontaminate that. Just keep that in mind. That's very important to note. A resource pile has been depleted. Okay, I love this. I think that was our scrap pile. It looks like it might have been our scrap pile. But I love that the resource piles actually deplete. They're not infinite. They actually have uses. It sort of makes you playing around your civilization more. Like you can't just sit in one area and endlessly resource a couple of them. You have to actually ration them out, as it were. Not extreme, not a ton, but it's enough to make you think about it, and I like that. But that is going to do it for this review, guys. I give this game an 8.5 out of 10. It's a great demo. You should go and check it out. I know I will be once it comes out. But I've been Little J, and I'll see you guys in the next one.